So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on the Tuesday grid. Let's hop into this grid. But first I just want to say, my mother posted something up on Facebook recently about having a select cocktail, right? You know, the select spritz cocktail. And it is absolutely my favorite drink on the planet. And I don't get on Facebook much, so when I did a little catching up, caught up with my family, and I thought, oh, Mutti, which is German for mom. And I'm like, Mutti. I'm going to have a select spritz cocktail myself. And I discovered these about 4 years ago in Venice. I was actually down there on business, and I spent a couple of days on the island just to hang around. And I went in and had one of these things, and I have just been sold ever since. So I hope you get a chance to enjoy it one day. It's very bitter, not very sweet at all, so keep that in mind. Okay, so we have a Seth Biesenhersh and a Jeff Chen construction today that has been edited by Joel Faliano, and as always, we give our very best out there to Will Shorts and his loved ones. Let's hop into our grid. See what we got. Necessary skill for an EMT. So an emergency medical technician should probably know CPR, I would imagine. University that shares its name with an oral hygiene brand. I guess we're talking about Colgate. I'll consider applying there myself. Load. So we're talking about maybe or. And which is a pretty inelegant little 3-letter string, isn't it? Did some checking for errors, and maybe this is proofed. After all, did. Newsroom VIPs, again, inelegance. What do we got up here with the LO? Parking area, a lot. Okay, super. Now, taxing tasks. I guess we have returns here. Mild Dutch cheese. I think in most English-speaking countries, we refer to this as Gouda. But I have a very good friend who's Belgian, speaks Dutch, and he tells me it's actually Gouda when you're among the Dutch. So, looks like Dan Aykroyd made it in here today. That's cool. Steep roofed house, maybe an A-frame, and the only type of house I would ever endeavor to build on my own. So we got same here. How about as am I? Piece of jewelry consisting of a single line of diamonds, and this is looking very much like it is a tennis bracelet. Let's see. T-shirt specification. I could think of 4 letters and maybe size. Could be a style of the neck, maybe, but I don't know. Apt name for a warrior. How about Stu? Invader of Gaul in 451. I think this was Attila. The Hun. Strong desire, maybe an itch. Sloppily making out in slang. Oh gosh, this is just gross sounding. Sucking face. I mean, it's probably not all that gross if you're the one doing it, but if you're just thinking about other people, it's just, I don't know. Mosquito-borne virus in 2016 news. I think it's probably Zika. And here we have, of course, in the Arnold voice, hasta la vista, baby. And so we're going to put that in, hasta la vista. And pioneering computer game originally called Macropolis. And this is a favorite of my son and daughter, Thorn and Mercedes. They love this. So I think this is Sim City. At least they did when they were younger. Spec on some moisturizers, maybe SPF, right? You know, for sunblock. Blank song, my final act would be my swan song, but hopefully my body of work will also speak for itself. Constantly seeking validation, say. This looks a lot like needy. And athlete declared a national treasure by Brazil after the 1958 World Cup. And I do believe this is Pelé. And yeah, I think we lost him recently, but really what a superstar. I mean, superstar. more exhausted, maybe wearier. Okay, and what do we got here? Curtain hangers need, or as we learned over the weekend, a good name for a nuclear engineer. Rod. Little Women, yeah, Louisa May Alcott. Very cool. Okay. Fingerprint or footprint, perhaps. Looks like a clue. As a Bushism is blank children learning. I think that's as our children learning. Thank you. That's my Bush impression. Appreciate it. I can do them all. Every one of them. It's not a political thing. I just enjoy doing impressions. Let's do this thing. Game on. Salinger title hero. I think this is Esme and the Dolphins on scoreboards in Miami. And then what we got here? Overhead compartment on an airplane. Maybe a bin. Okay, betray by blabbing. Can be ratting on. And let's see. Card game whose winning hands can be found in 17, 20 case, whatever. I don't know. I don't see, maybe there's a 10 there. There's a face card that I can see so far, but I can kind of see from my perspective, unless I'm way off here. I think this is just 21 or blackjack. Cries at some football games, Olays. Ingredient in a vinaigrette, maybe an oil, of course. And Yang's counterpart would be yin. Wraps, Megan. Oh, what is that? It's the real question is gardener's device, maybe a weeder. Tin in a cat owner's pantry. Wildflower with a royal name. Oh, what did I do there? I was about to say, this looks like it must be Queen Anne's lace, but it ain't going to work with 2 D's, so let's get that fixed. So Queen Anne's lace. Okay. It's only Tuesday. I don't have much of an excuse, right? But yeah, pretty long day. So cool. 1 in a million find. Common knee injury for athletes. Maybe this is an ACL tear. Actor who was cast in Rocky III after winning an American's Toughest Bouncer competition, and that's Mr. T. He played Clubber Lang. I'll never forget him. Scariest dude I've ever seen. Well, so it looks like this 1 in a million find may be a rare gem. So cool. Part of an African elephant shaped like Africa, and I think that's an ear. So cool. Looks like it's going to be rad. You might leave room for dessert. Yeah, it could be. Colludes with, as a criminal, maybe a bet. And let's see. Ad lib, go off script. Chocolate, vanilla, some maybe swirls. Wax, maybe swats. Compliment to a hitter, maybe good eye. Good eye. Yeah. Sleek leather outerwear. We're going to have a little bit more than that. Wheels on a lorry. Okay, well, that's our clue. A lorry is a British truck, and the British drive with tires, and those tires have Ys. Paying attention, maybe tuned in. And let's see. Go to Goya. So I think we're looking for andale. Provide as with an ability. So I guess that not would be endow, but that would be to endue. So we'll check ourselves, though. I could be wrong. Squeaks by. No, I think this is going to be Eeks. And Life of Riley, Life of Ease, for sure. It had more freshman applicants in 2023. I know that already. It's UCLA. Of course, it was already in there, but I did read about that. Craziness. Bowling Alleys. One who historically didn't wear all black despite popular depiction. Didn't know that. So I guess ninjas didn't always wear black. That's kind of cool. And the sleek leather outerwear should be a racer jacket, maybe. Had one of those guys in college that had like a Ducati, And he wore his Ducati racing jacket every day. And I'm from Texas. And I went to college in Texas. That couldn't have been comfortable in the summer. But he'd be standing around all like, I got a Ducati. Okay, cool for you. It's like, whatever. I was driving an Alfa Romeo at the time. I don't want to hear it. So, tin and can owners. Probably a tuna can, right? So let's get that tuna can in there. And let's wrap this up. Affirmative vote would be a yay. And seasick, maybe queasy. Matchup is 2 devices. We're kind of in a sync here. And those in Spanish is us. And do we finish? How do we do, Bob? Oh, good. Yeah, 9:27. We can deal with that. It's not bad for a Tuesday at all. Look, man, this wasn't exactly an easy grid. But it wasn't hard either. It just flowed very nicely. I really hate that we lost the video yesterday. It should teach me a lesson. I should probably, restart more often. But it was the same thing. The Monday puzzle was super simple, had a nice flow, had a few really nice, clever clues and answer combinations. But it wasn't a bad puzzle. This is one of those puzzles that, gives beginners like a really, maybe like a good boost, right? A vote of confidence, so to speak. So I liked it. So let's go ahead and get rid of you now until tomorrow. And I just want to say real quick, all throughout the day, I'm unable to comment or to reply to comments when I'm at work because I'm usually speaking or briefing people or teaching something. I mean, I'm a healthcare administrator, so I'm always out and circulating and moving and talking and doing the things that I need to do. And my cell phone will tell me when I have mail. So my Gmail app will pop up and say, you have a new comment, And then I'm like, oh, that's great. But I can't actually read it because I have a terrible signal there. It's just one of those things. But it really means the world to me. And so, and I can promise you, if you send me a note, I will get back to you. It is the highlight of my day. So thank you. Subscriptions, really. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sending me feedback. I love it when I hear from you. It really, truly means the world to me. So thank you. And until I see you tomorrow for the Hump Day Grid and the Hump Day Mini, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch, einen schönen Abend. Grüß Gott, Servus, Ciao, Tschüss, Auf Wiedersehen, Cin-Cin. Take care, and we will see you tomorrow. Be well.